students, so till now we got to know about the chemical properties, physical and chemical properties of acids and bases. And today we shall discuss how strong are acids or base solutions. Students, we already know how to detect a solution whether it's acidic or basic. Yes, obviously we can detect the solution or any compound by using the indicators. So we had natural indicators and we had also the synthetic indicators. But that indicators will tell us only whether the solution is acidic or basic. But we don't know how strong or if it is acidic, how strong is the acidic or how strong is it in its basic nature. So and to detect the concentration or the percentage of acidic and basic nature, so we will use a scale called pH scale. pH scale. So this pH scale helps us to detect whether a solution is acid. It not only helps us to detect whether the solution is acidic or basic, also it will help us to detect how much concentrated is that solution and how much has been the solution diluted. And this pH scale, it is a universal scale. Universal scale. It is a universal indicator. So that means single. So it is a single indicator which helps us to detect exactly how much the concentrated acidic solution is or how much the concentrated basic solution is or how much whether the solution is basic or acidic. So let us see and learn more about this pH scale, how to find out the pH value of the particular solutions through this graphic video.
All of us would probably know that the pH of acids is less than 7, that of salts is 7, and that of bases is more than 7. Do we really understand what pH is? Let's dive a bit deeper into this concept. Okay, let's start with the basics. How do we identify if a substance is an acid or a base? That's right, we use an indicator. But given two acidic solutions, how do we know which one is stronger amongst them? How can we judge how strong an acid or a base is? And that's what pH helps us with. It gives us the measure of the strength of acids or bases. How does it do that? The pH takes into account the concentration of H plus ions in the solution. Yes, the pH measures the strength of acids and bases. But you'd probably be thinking that if pH only considers the concentration of H plus ions, how can it tell us how strong a base is? Remember, bases also contain H plus ions. Just that the concentration of H plus ions is far lower than that of the concentration of OH minus ions, so low that they are generally ignored. So to know how strong an acid or a base is, we have the concept of a pH scale. And it ranges from 0 to 14. 0 being very acidic and 14 being very basic or alkaline. And the pH of a neutral solution right here in the middle is 7. Understand that the pH is just a number which tells us how acidic or basic a solution is. More the concentration of the hydrogen ion, lesser will be the pH value. Yes, understand this well. More the concentration of the hydrogen ion, lesser will be the pH value. Now, if you look at the scale, as we go towards the left, the pH value is decreasing, which means that if we go leftwards on this scale, the H plus ion concentration increases. And as we go rightwards, the H plus ion concentration reduces. And we know that higher H plus ion concentration implies that the solution is more acidic. So the acidic nature increases as we go towards the left. And as basic solutions have lower concentration of H plus ions, the basic nature increases as we go towards the right. So this pH scale is a very general way to understand how strong an acid or a base is. Let's take a very basic test to check if you've understood the concept of pH scale. I have two solutions A and B. Solution A has pH of 2 and solution B has a pH of 4. Which one is more acidic? Yes, solution A is more acidic as its pH is lower. Here's another one. Solution C has pH of 5 and solution D has a pH of 10. Which one is more basic? Note that solution C is acidic and solution D is basic. So relatively, solution D is more basic and we can see that its pH is higher too. A good way to remember this is to think of the first two letters of the English alphabet, A and B. Acidic on the left and basic on the right. And don't forget, we still don't know how the number on the pH scale is calculated. That involves logarithms, which we haven't looked at yet. This is the pH scale we'd looked at in the first part of the video. The acidic nature increases as we move towards the left, and the basic nature increases as we move towards the right. Higher the concentration of H+ ions, lower will be the pH. And lower concentration of H+ ions will imply higher pH value. The pH scale basically tells us the strength of an acid or a base. The P in pH stands for potence, which means power or potential in German. We can understand it as the power of H+ ions. More the number of H+ ions, more acidic it'll be. Usually, a paper impregnated with the universal indicator is used to measure the pH. Before we understand what a universal indicator is, we need to have a basic idea of what indicators are. Substances which show the acidic or basic behavior of other substances by changing in some way are known as indicators. These are some of the common types of indicators. As the name suggests, indicators obtained from natural sources are called natural indicators. Litmus and turmeric are examples of natural indicators. Litmus is obtained from lichens. If you remember, an acid turns blue litmus paper red and a base turns red litmus paper blue. Substances which change their smell when mixed with acid or base are referred to as olfactory indicators. Onion and vanilla are examples of olfactory indicators. Paste or juice of onion loses its smell when added with base. It does not change its smell with acid. And the smell of vanilla vanishes with base, but its smell does not vanish with an acid. Do you know where they are used? They are used to ensure the participation of visually impaired students in the laboratory. Interesting, isn't it? What are synthetic indicators? Indicators that are synthesized in the laboratory are known as synthetic indicators. Phenolphthalein and methyl orange are two examples of synthetic indicators. Phenolphthalein is a colorless liquid and remains colorless with acid but turns pink with a base. Methyl orange is originally orange in color and turns red with acid and yellow with base. If you noticed, the following indicators only tell us the acidic or basic character of a solution, but it doesn't tell us the strength of the acid or the base. That's what brings us to the universal indicator. A universal indicator shows different colors over the range of pH values from 1 to 14 for a given solution. And it is available in the form of strips as well as solutions. This is how the color matching chart looks. pH value from 0 to 6 show acidic nature, and pH values from 8 to 14 show basic behavior. And a pH of 7 shows it's purely neutral. Let's see what colors some of the most common substances result in. Do you know the acid that forms in our stomach? Yes, gastric acid. It has a pH of about 1.2. And that tells us how acidic it is. Lemon juice has a pH of around 2.2 to 2.4. What about coffee? It has pH of about 5. It's weakly acidic. Distilled water has a pH of 7. Totally neutral. And human blood has a pH of about 7.3 to 7.5. Baking soda has a pH of around 8.3, which tells us that it's weakly alkali. Household ammonia has a pH of around 12. Yes, very alkali. And a sodium hydroxide solution has a pH of close to 14. Extremely basic.
And that was about today's class. In the next class, we shall discuss about the pH in our everyday life. So till then, go through the content explained today and complete your assignments and your notes and submit it on the prescribed timetable. Thank you.